Can you read by any chance? Rub your eyes against a piece of paper and abstract knowledge. Don't answer that, Gen Alpha. I don't want you to feel insecure. Reading is a fun pastime for those that don't have crippling dyslexia like myself. Sitting down with a good book on a cozy rainy day with a cup of tea. Nice, right? What if I told you female gooners did exist? I'm Sawball Blacksheep. Have you any soul? No sir, no sir. But I'd happily read a 100k word fanfic about a fictional 40-year-old man with mind-numbing mommy issues. Today, we are splunking in the well-worn caves of BOOKTOK's bowels. You might be asking yourself, Sawbo, what in the ever-loving gods are you yapping about? Let me show you. Look up BOOKTOK on TikTok right now. Come on, do it. Tell me what you see. You cannot get 5 inches deep before it starts to get smutty. No judgment. I'm glad people have a place to express their desires.
Bombastic side-eye.
In a safe space of like-minded people. Most stay in a ethical lane, so there isn't much to worry about. Quote on most. Our horny, wayward readers sometimes get a little too lost in the sauce. Do TikTok music that is copyrighted. Do TikTok music that is copyrighted. Do TikTok music that is copyrighted. This is copyrighted. It seems the kid's account is gone now, which is probably for the best. But the comments of this 16-year-old biker kid's videos were grown-ass women claiming to be from BOOKTOK, telling him how they'll show him how it's done, alluding to what you think I'm alluding to, commenting on his body, telling him to read smut. Actually insane! These women are so lost in some idyllic fantasy, they're not even seeing the people they simp after as people. They overlook that this child is not some faceless biker character in some book that was written with one hand, but is actually a fucking teenager. The teen even said in a video it made him uncomfortable, but the harassment still continued. I wonder who else doesn't see the people they desire as real individuals and consumes copious amounts of not safe for work content. Reddit gooners! Like, these people don't even realize they're just as disgusting as the gooning freaks on r/goon caves. Instead of thin, hairless women, these BOOKTOK gooners have these huge giga-chad-looking freaks that are two-dimensionally obsessed with the MC. Have you seen some of these book covers? Why do they look like that? People don't look like that. Look, if you ain't hurting anyone, it is fine to enjoy a reasonable serving of knockoff 7-foot handsome Squidward kidnapping you or some shit. But I've noticed, in a lot of these circles, there's a lot of man-hate and wishing the men in their lives were more like these yassified 2D ripped men that live to serve them in their fantasies. How does that not sound like the same shit those red-pilled, taint-sucking freaks yap about? Yeah, I realize statistically misogyny is more dangerous than misandry, but socially, it's both cringe, unhelpful, and fucking delusional. The hypocrisy is palpable when I see BOOKTOK girlies talking about how all men are awful and can't compare to their idealized fictional men, while misogynist gooners say the exact same thing about their own form of idealized women. This also goes for the hate on white cis males, as they say. I've seen a lot of hate for those individuals in these spaces, but then people get mad when the other side of the coin makes fun of white women for liking fucking, I don't know, iced coffee and Taylor Swift or something. Both white cis men and white cis women have played a huge part in racism and sexism. Who'da guess? It's not like making fun of one is more ethical just because it has a phallus. Personally, I think you should be able to joke about both, because both are kind of funny at times. Look, I'm not Swiftist. I have many Swiftie friends. I just get confused when people get mad like it's a personal jab. Making fun of white boys for loving their cars ain't that different from making fun of white girls for loving Taylor Swift. It's both kind of cringe to make fun of them, but at the same time, a little funny maybe. Though let's not forget, the normalization of making young girls feel shame for enjoying something age appropriate is weird as hell and has affected more women than it ever has men. At least in this example. It doesn't mean it's any more okay to make fun of boys or men for enjoying a hobby, but as most things, this situation is nuanced. And you aren't a horrible person for making fun of Taylor Swift lovers or car fanatics. It's just mildly cringe sometimes and vaguely funny. Which, I mean, we all have a little cringe in us. That's okay. Do what you want. I'll only mildly judge you. Maybe that's my cringe. Anyways, I am a little lost in my own pacifism right now. I find it weird, as an online culture, we normalized calling women who don't want to tear down men pick-me's. Naturally, that isn't a sweeping statement. Most women I know aren't brain dead. But like, I've been called a pick-me before because I said it was unethical to insult and cross your male partner's boundaries because the girlfriend believed her boyfriend should change core aspects of himself for her. Brother, I am Airways. I'd sooner put a bullet to my soft palate than willingly be picked. I'd say the exact same thing if the roles were reversed, because people are just people and should be respected and ethically treated. This got a little derailed from the original book talk. If you enjoy my content, you might enjoy joining my Discord. And if you're financially inclined, check out my Etsy with adult coloring sheet and t-shirt designs. The drawing you've been watching me draw is now available as a shirt and art print for your wall. Back to the video. Don't get me wrong, book talk isn't all bad, by no means. Most individuals participating in this subculture are just enjoying the hobby of reading and the art form of writing and connecting with other people through that interest. Hardy har har, it isn't black and white. In the spirit of not having the brain power equivalent to a rusty bucket full with a mysterious opaque liquid in it, I'd like to share some positives of book talk. Book talk has breathed life into a once dying reading culture within our modern society of the internet. It feels really nice to see passionate writers having hope for being able to make their art form a source of income. To the Flame, a book my dear friends are writing. Set stage, Blythe, a cottagecore sweetheart with a personality brighter than when the sun reflects off my white ass. Olive, a badass looking lady with a sharper wit than my well-mewed jawline. Both enter a study under psychologist Dr. Matthews. What a charmer. They are faced with learning and shifting through newfound introspection as new perspectives and paths emerge from a once metaphorically sealed door. So ensues a sapphic romance parading as a potential rivalry. Perhaps a man that holds the key to a peaceful mind, and many more moments to unfold in this captivating tale. If that interests you, you can get more information about their awesome book in these places. I'll link them in description. I'm not much of a writer, but I am an artist, so I get the desire to want to integrate your art form into every aspect of your life. And I'm really happy that people are able to do that more often now with writing. Every online community has their faults, but I'm not gonna lie. Book talk isn't any more or less degenerate than honestly any other online community I've seen, except My Hero Academia. They are like a festering pustule on the internet. Protect the book talk girlies from those freaks. Anyway, that's all I have for today, folks. You have work tomorrow, or school, or maybe not harassing anyone online, please. But as always, don't dream about wheat byproducts. And one more thing, all eyes on Rafa.